You know he got that job himself. The White House called him. He didn't call the White House.
I want to hear all the stories.
I don't know how many stories you're going to hear because they done swore him to some kind of secret code. I'm so proud of you.
You drank, you smoked in this movie, did a little bit of twerking. How does it feel to basically play a rapper?
It felt pretty good, actually, because, you know, what it says to me is that there was a whole generation of those women who their lives had to be put in a box, and they weren't allowed to go outside that box. So her in the jumpsuit dancing in front of Soul Train, that's about as far as she could go. Mm-hmm. And to be able to be who I am and you to be who you are, and to understand that because of that generation, you get to sit in that chair, I get to sit in this chair. Yeah. I think that's pretty huge to be able to accomplish that all in one movie.
Cecil talks about putting on two faces. Mm-hmm. What's the importance of, as black people, what's the importance of putting on two faces? Because you have to put one on when you work, then another one like when you're with your friends and family.
I don't do that, so I don't, you know, I can only speak to that from the point of view of when I was growing up, there was a poem by Paul Laurence Dunbar, I think it was, called We Wear the Masks, We Wear the Masks That Bend and Break. And because of the generation before me, I have had the great fortune of not having to wear the mask. I never wear the mask. I actually get paid for being myself.
Yeah.
So early on into my career, I would have to say that I had when I moved to Chicago, and I was being hired to do the show AM Chicago that later became the Oprah show. The guy that hired me said, look, we know you won't be able to beat Donahue. Phil Donahue was the big king of talk at the time. He said, we know you can't do that. So just go in the air, be yourself.
And that's what you've been doing.
And that's what I've been doing.
I heard a lot of talk about the Terrence Howard scene, but they've only used a small part of it in the movie. How did you feel about that?
Well, I felt really great about it. And the reason why there wasn't another scene with me and Terrence rolling around on the sheets is because I insisted to Lee, and Lee was like, you just don't want to do that because you're Oprah. I go, that is not an Oprah thing, it's a Gloria thing. The woman of that era who main job was raising her family, taking care of her sons, keeping the house clean every day, her husband's in the White House. She might tip her toes in the water, but she is not gonna be laying up in the bed in her bra and panties in the middle of the day. She just is not going to do it. That is what I told Mr. Lee Daniels and insisted upon. And also, once she does that, in the end, when she says to him, my mama would have been so proud of me being with a man like you, everybody would have been, shut up.
Yeah.
You cheated on him.
Right.
No, for the character's sake, I thought couldn't do it. So I would have loved to have been rolling in the sheets with Terrence. I'd have liked to give that a try one afternoon.
Anybody from the dead, like who would you visit?
Like who's living? Someone who's living.
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
Oh, somebody who's living. Oh, going that way. Oh, well, you know. All your loved ones, your wife, right? Your wife, your kids. Yeah.
Would you be afraid of haunting her? Because that's sort of what you do here. You sort of haunt your wife.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, if I was freaking her out, I'd definitely.
You check out some of his stuff. I was really surprised. He kept it away from me for a while, and when he sprung it on me, he had 4 or 5 songs, and you know he can really go.
So now there's this thing called Vine. I don't know if you're familiar with Vine. It's like a 6-second video.
Yep, absolutely.
I was wondering if you could make a Vine for us real quick for Global Grind.
We made a big Vine.